Hold your breath, all the moves we're making. Scared to death, and the ground is shaking. Oh boy, you got me really good. This time, it's up to you. Treat me like you should. The music's something you adore.
Yellow. Hey everyone, welcome back to another cleaning video. Thank you so much for being here. So I am starting off in the bedroom and I got all of the windowsills cleaned and the trim on top as well. As you can see, the two different colors here of the ivory and white. I'm going to get the window trims nice and painted white so that everything is matching, as well as the crown molding trim. And I'm just so happy I got this done. So I'm going to show you guys just a couple of clips from me painting, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into this cleaning. I hope you are all doing well, and let's go ahead and jump into the video. Waiting for a sign. Waiting for a sign. Just waiting for a sign. All right, you guys, so we are moving into the living room and there's just stuff everywhere. Little pieces of puzzles, marbles, cars, eggs, crayons, little duckies, like there's just stuff all over the floor. And one thing that I am really going to start staying consistent on is teaching Son that, you know, when after he's done playing with something, that he needs to put it back and clean up his toys and, you know, and help out with that. And, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not going to be like a stickler, like, you know, you have to do this and everything. You know, he is still a toddler, but he knows how to pick up his toys and how to clean up after himself. And so that is something that I really want to start doing more consistently and really be on top of. He does like to watch his shows, his learning shows. And I know that, you know, kids don't need a lot of screen time. One thing that I will say that is beneficial about the shows that he likes to watch is that they are learning shows, but I did have to take the show away from him a couple of times just to teach him, you know, because he wanted to watch the show and not clean up. So I was just really talking to him and talking him through it and letting him know that he can't just pick out every single toy and take everything out and not pick up after himself. So this is something that I really want to stay on top of. I am going to stay on top of, and he was doing a good job. I don't expect him to clean up every single thing. He is still a toddler, but toddlers do understand, and they do know, that they can clean up their toys and clean up after themselves and help out. And so this is something that, like I said, I'm really going to start staying on top of. And it also, it helps me out too, because I'm not having to, kids, they can mess up a room in 2.5 seconds, So yeah, it helps me out with, just having peace of mind and not having to clean up after him every 2 seconds and stepping on toys and things like that. So yeah, he did a good job here. He cleaned up his puzzles here that's in this little container that he's picking up. And then I had him put his eggs together and put those back in the carton. So we're getting the living room together. I'm going to get this nice and vacuumed and cleaned.
Here's what I like. Laying on the beach with sunlight in my eyes, laughing with my friends under the sky, following our hearts, so then we take a ride. Wherever, I always try to let my spirit fly, fly away. That's the only way to get that high, high, always. If you're looking for trouble, you better count on it. I will give you a struggle, give you a struggle. If you're looking for trouble, I am the needle who will push your bubble, yeah. 'Cause I don't wanna fight pieces, but I'm not backing down. So if you're looking for trouble, you better count on it. I will give you a struggle, give you a struggle. Here's what I like. Jumping from a roof that is almost too high, laying on the grass, I close my eyes, playing my guitar till my fingers are numb. I always try to let my spirit fly, fly away. That's the only way to get that high, high, always. If you're looking for trouble, you better count on it. I will give you a struggle, give you a struggle. If you're looking for trouble, I am the needle who will push your bubble, yeah. 'Cause I don't wanna fight pieces, but I'm not backing down. So if you're looking for trouble, you better count on it. I will give you a struggle, give you a struggle.
All right, y'all. So we are moving on to getting these carpets cleaned. Oh, you guys, this carpet is so dirty. Like, wait until you see these water pores. I'm just like, oh my goodness. It seems like every time I do this, it's like it doesn't get any better, Oh my goodness. I know that I mentioned in the last couple of carpet cleaning videos that I actually Googled how many times it would take how many passes it would take for your carpet to be cleaned, especially for a carpet that, hasn't been cleaned in a while. And I think it said like 10 to 12 passes or something like that. But I think that this carpet cleaner works very well. It's very lightweight, but the tank is not big at all, y'all. It's like I did 4 strips or something like that, 4 passes, and I already had to dump it out. And then what's super like frustrating is that, when you pour the solution in and you fill it up with water, you have to wait for it to fill up with water, because then the suds and all the solution is going to overflow and come out. I had to slowly pour the water in, wait for the water level to rise, and then stop it, wait for the suds to go down, and repeat the process over and over again. But what are you going to do? There's nothing really you can do about it. But I will say that this carpet cleaner really does a good job. You will see here, this is the first water pour that I had, and the water is just absolutely disgusting. Like, this is so gross. But at least I'm getting it done, so that is the biggest thing. I was just focused on really getting the areas that are high traffic. So that's why I didn't move. I moved the couch back, but I didn't move like the table or son's toys or anything like that. I really wanted to get like the meat and potatoes of the carpet and, where we walk around the most. And, really it's like the middle, of the carpet. So I did this for quite a bit of time. And then after this, I took a little break, and then I went for a really long walk. I got a couple miles in, so that just felt really, really good. And yeah, I'm just trucking along here, guys. I think I'm going to do this again in the next couple of days. I think son and hubby will be at my in-laws' house. So that'll be good, because then I can really get, the carpets done and not have to worry about like son running around and things like that, and, playing and getting wet and all that. So I did have the fan going while I was doing this, and I had the fan on all night. I did several passes, and I just let it dry overnight. So we're just trucking along here.
I wanna get you all alone now and go hide away from the lights, but I don't dare to. I'm too fragile, and for that I do apologize. Maybe someday we can work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I think I'm love drunk and it feels wrong, but I'm not afraid to admit I used to feel safe next to you, babe. Now I'm thinking I deserve a hit. Maybe someday we could work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. Oh
one thing that I found is super beneficial is going in different directions. I feel like this just really helps get up and lift up the dirt and grime, go one direction, then another direction, then another direction in the same spot. And so that's really what I kept doing. I just feel like it really lifts the dirt out of the carpet a lot better than going the same direction over and over again. So that is definitely what I did. And this here was the last of the passes that I did. I had one more water pour, and I feel like it was a little bit lighter than the first water pour, so that was kind of promising, but it still was very dirty. And I still have like the stairs to do, and this carpet cleaner does come with an attachment. I still have yet to use that, but that is something that I definitely want to use. I want to get the stairs done and the couch done, the couches, and also in the car. I really want to get the car seats done as well. So yeah, that's something that is definitely on the list, but a little bit at a time. So that is what we are doing. As I said, that was the last water pour. This is the next day. We're starting fresh in the morning. So I did actually have these dishes soaking yesterday, the previous day when I was cleaning the carpets, but I didn't get to them. So this is the next morning. We're going to get the dishes nice and cleaned here. And I will say, y'all, so I went to the Dollar Tree, to look for some Halloween decorations, and they did have quite a few decorations, but I was looking for like lights. Like I wanted to make a wreath, like something to light up, and they really didn't have that many lights, which I was kind of like disappointed about. I went to Home Depot and they had these cute bats, these purple bats that lit up, and they were LED lights, and I thought they weren't that bad. It was 3 of them. And they were pretty good size, 3 purple bats, and I think they were like $30, but they were all sold out. Like I looked everywhere and in all the sections, and I couldn't find them at all. So that was kind of a bummer, but I do have, I believe, a string of purple LED lights. So I want to get those put out and maybe find like something for the door, but I'm really not going to do much because we always take Son out, for trick-or-treating. And so we're not home. So that's kind of a bummer, like I do really enjoy passing out candy, before we had Son. I just thought that was super cute, like seeing all the little kiddos and their costumes, like it was so much fun. But, now that we have Son, it's way better taking him trick-or-treating, but I do kind of miss passing out candy as well. And so I think that's like one of the reasons why we don't really decorate like that much now for Halloween, is just because like we're really not going to be home. And by the time we get back from trick-or-treating, it's already too late to pass out candy, So we usually just leave the light off and we'll go and take the wagon and, take Son out and pull him around, and he likes to run around and trick-or-treat, and it's so much fun. I'm super excited for it.
I don't wanna fall for you, oh no, but you make it so hard. Watching you dance all night, baby, is making me fall hard. Trying to take a deep breath, but I just can't control my lungs. Ooh. Trying to hide my cold sweat, but I just keep on talking in tongues. It's a funny situation that I got myself into. I can't help my own frustration, 'cause I think I like it. I think I like it. Got nothing to lose, 'cause I think I like you. Tell me if you like me too. How can you move the way you do? It's making me crazy, yeah. You're moving just like you own the room. Make it look easy. I wanna take you away to somewhere we can be by ourselves. situation that I got myself into. I can't help my own frustration. 'Cause I think, yeah, I think I like it. I think I like it. Got nothing to lose. 'Cause I think I like it. Tell me if you like me too.
So I've got the dishes nice and cleaned, and I'm getting the sink nice and cleaned as well. And I did actually do a self-cleaning cycle for the dishwasher. So I'm trying to stay on top of that. And I'm also going to start using, as I've mentioned, the dishwasher more often so that, it just gives me a little break. And then it also keeps the dishwasher from stinking. That is definitely good. And you know what's so nice is doing the dishes. We have like one of the best views, y'all, on the block, but our neighbor's tree is already changing and it is just like so beautiful. Like it's just, I love like sitting out here and doing the dishes and like looking outside and looking at the trees and watching the cars go by, like I don't know. That just makes me happy in my heart. So anyways, the sink is clean. The dishes are clean. We do need to eventually, I think we're going to have to get a new faucet because this faucet does drip. And I don't think you can actually fix like a dripping faucet, unless you replace the whole thing. But now I'm moving on to the plants, y'all. I got all of the plants nice and watered and cleaned off. So I'm cleaning the bench off here. And I'm just showing you guys, as you can see, this pink princess is very wobbly. So once they start getting wobbly like this, they do need to be staked. And I usually buy these dowels from Home Depot. This garden twine I also got from Home Depot as well. And so I'll cut the dowel and just take the garden twine and wrap it around. And this just works really well. And it's a lot less expensive than using moss poles. I know moss poles are very beneficial, but they can be pretty pricey, especially, even if you make them yourself. I don't know, maybe eventually down the line, I'll get some moss poles. I know that these plants are getting huge. So, the dowels work for now. And yeah, I just feel like it's cost effective. So I'm showing you guys here, this is what I always do with my soil before I water them. This is a stick with a pointed edge, and I just go through the soil and it's like I aerate it basically. So that way when you water them, it really, it absorbs in the soil and it goes through the soil very well. When you water your plants, you don't want to have soil that's not very well draining. So this is a really good solution if you don't want to, get new soil or anything like that. So I like to do this. And then I also, when I'm doing this, I check on them, I check to see if they have pests. I check the foliage to make sure, there's no like brown spots or, that the plant is just overall doing well. So I'll take them in the sink and I rinse them off. I give them a really good drink and then I let them drain for a little bit. And what I've been doing lately is I spray the crap out of them with some neem oil. And I've noticed that this has really been helping with fungus gnats. And, yeah, this like a lot. Like I know I mentioned that I had like a huge fungus gnat infestation and I did do the vinegar, soap method, and that really wasn't helping. This has really been helping with that. And I do still have a couple of bowls of the vinegar and soap, water, sugar combination out. And I will say that there are a couple fungus gnats in there, but I feel like that combined with me spraying them really, really well with the neem oil has really been helping prevent them from, laying their larvae again. So anyways, I am now in the bedroom. I'm getting this nice and done, and I am finally done with painting.
I long for that feeling. Why did it have to go away? I long for that feeling. Remember everything you said. Had to go on dreaming, dreaming. 'Cause baby you are everywhere. I wish that you were here. 'Cause I don't want nobody else. I'm not afraid to be alone, new beginnings. I'm not afraid to overcome every feeling that I have. So take me in your arms, yeah. 'Cause nothing can really hurt us unless we let it go. Forget about the past. Baby, we can make it last. It's better when it's me and you, no matter what I do.
All right, you guys, so I am finally done. The white is matching all over. The trim is done. The windowsills are done, and the crown molding. I love this. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will definitely see you guys soon. Bye.